Major is studio arts.
I was really undetermined when I got there, so they just put me as two-dimensional.
I am currently in my third year here at the Institute of American Indian Arts. I'm majoring in cinematic arts and technology.
My major is studio arts with a focus in painting, a minor in Indigenous Liberal Studies.
I was a student here from 1982 to 1984. Graduated with my two-dimensional degree in drawing and painting. I also came back in the 1986, the spring semester, and I graduated again with my three-dimensional major in traditional pottery and ceramics.
I went to school there from 1983 to 1985. I started out as a two-dimensional major. It was real funny because back then we didn't have semesters. And there was like 3 blocks to each year. So we had to go through 3 blocks instead of semesters.
I went from 83 to 85 for 2 years there. They shared the campus with the College of Santa Fe. The education that I had, all the credits transferred to what I'm doing now. So
back then, we were kind of like given the backyard of College of Santa Fe, and dilapidated. The structures were old, the buildings were old. We were, it's just like, yeah, you guys can rent this part of the school, and that part of the school wasn't exactly their best place. They kept their best place, but it seemed like they always gave the native people, oh, they can live with this. That's how I felt when I was there. But that didn't bother us, because that's how our lifestyle seemed to be already. We come from reservations where hardship is hard. We go through a lot of struggles.
A lot of our art studios were the Army barracks.
Oh, the barracks were just like long hallways that kind of went off into separate rooms, and it was and they used them for classrooms. So we just had a little section of IA on the side there.
I got firsthand how the dealing was at the time, or what the former students went through during that transitional period, losing their campus and then coming to Army barracks for school. And it wasn't a pretty sight.
So being in that environment is kind of like even just a little bit a step higher than where we are on the reservation for a lot of us.
We were just glad that we still had those classes that were still there, something to hold on to. There was no conflicts, but it seemed like the College of Santa Fe students and IA students kind of kept their distance from one another. Very few kind of had communication with the art students from the Institute of American Indian Arts.
From my research, I wouldn't say they struggled with the concept, but certainly they had to work very hard in order to reconnect with all of their student body. So it was very much a product of the time, where you saw these two groups of people come together and have to learn to get along. I mean, I think you had 80 or 90 tribes represented, and it was one of the first times that you had that many tribes in one school.
To us it was like, wow, we got a studio, and that was what was important, was that we had these 4 walls that kept us warm. And we were very fortunate to have 3 meals a day, and a place to sleep, and creativity, and being taught by some of the greatest artists Native American artists, you know, and to us that was more than anything else, you know, and that's what was beautiful about it.
We fought through those classes like it was a war, like it was, we're going to get through this no matter what. If one was doing better than the other, the one on top would help all of us underneath try to get as good as he was. We were going through this fight. And when we finished the class, I remember we'd all come out and hug each other, 30 of us in one class, going, we did it, we came out of it, now where do we go to next? Those were the things that kept us together during that time.
Back then in the dorms, it seemed to be that everybody wanted company. You know, our doors were always open to our rooms. We really never had our doors closed unless we weren't there or we wanted our privacy, we'd close the door. And we respected that. But otherwise, if someone's dorm room door was open, then, you know, we'd just knock on the door and come on in, you know, and we'd come in and we'd start talking, or, you know, we could just visit each other a lot more easier.
The dorm was, of course, the home. We laughed there, we cried there, you know, everything that ever happened in our lives. So those 2 years, we were together in one spot.
Very generic dorm space, not too pretty.
Yeah. So in other words, an old dorm.
Very old dorm. It was one of the old dorms that College of Santa Fe never used. You made it what you wanted to be made, and I liked it. So it's a trying period from 82 through 86.
The success of IAIA came from the chemistry that the students brought. The discussions they'd have in the studio late at night or in the cafeteria. So they got to know each other very, very well. So you have this very unique set of circumstances creating some very intense artworks.
Yeah, there was still a lot of camaraderie. Everybody worked together back then. When people were doing their art, people respected them for doing their art. They never really interfered with what they were doing. Even the instructors. The instructors there were very well established in their art, like Loloi, Loloma, you know. And then we got, you know, like Ponca, and we got, you know, Alan Hauser, and a lot of these people that were there are very much well, you know, respected. You know, Larry Desjardins, you know, the list goes on. And they respected us for our ability in our drawings, and they would guide us, and they would help us.
A lot of teachers that I really, you know, admire. They're really helpful, and I enjoyed their dedication for students, and I hope that's something that continues to be the top priority is the students.
The whole attitude and just everybody, the teacher, the faculty and the staff, it's just everybody's attitude is just so uplifting, you know.
The teachers like walk through your own art with you. They give you the creative edge to let you explore, but at the same time they critique you in a respectful manner.
And I think that's what I get, how I am with students that are here now. I remember what it was and how it felt to feel like somebody was on my side, I could go to them to talk. And I hope I can bring that to some of the students that come here now, to have that same kind of thing.
So it was kind of run totally different from now, where it's just, I don't know, it's hard to compare it because it's so much better now, you know. It's just the equipment and just supplies and just the students and the energy, you know, it's just, it's so much better now, you know. I mean, it was good then, but it's just, you can see it now because we have our own campus and the involvement, and there's so many good minds and, you know, artistic people that have come forth.
We're very comfortable here. Beautiful facilities here. We have what we need.
it's a really good place to cultivate the creativity, and this is my first college experience, and it was a good decision to come here.
There's a strong family connection here with the students, and it's crazy because we're not from the, some of us aren't from the same tribe, but we still have that family connection. So that's why I love it.
We had quite a few activities. Carmen Heenan was the recreational director, and she's still here today. And she got the students involved and the faculty and student involvement, and there was more of a bonding situation than with the students and the staff.
She developed a lot of things for us to do, and it's just like now we had a lot of activities.
They took us all over in movies and trips and things. I know they're still to go on. I'm pretty sure they do.
I love the activities here. They we were playing, what's it, two-hand touch football. I got to play football with the guys, and it was nice. The men really didn't know what to think of it at first.
Art school was something that was really always on my mind.
I first came here in 2006 in a high school field trip. Just looked at the collection of books, and I was like, wow, there's so many books on topics of native people by native artists.
I love it here. This is my escape. This is my home. The school helped me get out of a bad situation, so this is where I like to be. It makes me happy to be here. I get to meet all these people, and I get to do what I love, and that's art.
The forefront of contemporary Native art is right here at IAIA, and they set the tone.
I miss that part. I miss that part of being together. Ooh-wee. Got me thinking back of all those friends.